So Taylor Swift and Kiss is getting their own cruise. Not really. But I seen this article today on a news website. I just had to dive right into it and take a look at it. So it looks like there's an uptick in niche cruises that is catering around Taylor Swift as well as Kiss theming. The article says that niche cruises are on the rise for fans and everything from Star Trek to Taylor Swift. The Taylor Swift Extravaganza is set to take up 199 rooms on an existing Royal Caribbean international ship that will set sail for 5 nights in the Bahamas. 6% more passengers are expected on board cruises this year than in 2019, according to the Cruise Line International Association. That number comes out to nearly 36 million passengers. We were very surprised with how many of our clients are going to be sailing for the first time, said Jessica Mallerman, a travel advisory behind the Taylor Swift Extravaganza. Cruise lines are ramping up efforts to lure in passengers with these themed cruises, spanning television shows like The Golden Girls, all the way to the 80s music genre like Kiss. That's the music that they loved when they were in high school, he says, so that's what they're going back to relive, said Chris Herring of Entertainment Cruise Productions. In an attempt to bring in the under 50 crowd, 2000s music is featured. The Emo's Not Dead cruise average is 35, according to Gavin Simcoe, who organized this event. And for religious crowds, cruises available will include the Bountiful Travel for Mormons, as well as the Costa Rica for Jewish people. These cruise lines, I'm telling you, man, whatever they're throwing at the wall, if it sticks, they're running with it. I mean, here you've got, it says Royal Caribbean International has got a cruise for 5 nights in the Bahamas, and they sold 199 rooms based on the Swifties and a Taylor Swift Extravaganza. Then you go on and you see that now they're also offering a Kiss themed extravaganza, a Star Trek extravaganza, as well as now they're offering a religious cruise for Mormons and Jewish people. I'm telling you, these cruise lines are pulling, man. They're like pulling every dollar from every wallet that they can get a hold of. And this is a prime example of where we're at and where this thing is going. These cruise lines they're trying to be creative. They're trying to give the paying people what they want. And they're trying to cater to different genres. They got the over 50 crowd. They're targeting an under 50 crowd. They're going to know from the moment you book a cruise to the moment you step off the cruise ship at disembarkation to the point of you arriving at home, you'll probably instantly get an email trying to sell you on a future cruise based on your interests. That's how this thing is going. That's where it's headed. The future is exciting. The future of cruising is skyrocketing. It's going to set the precedent for all travel from here on out. We've got the Port of St. Martin coming out and releasing a statement that they expect over 1.5 million cruise passengers this year. The Port of St. Martin Group is forecasting a substantial increase in cruise passenger arrivals, with more than 1.5 million expected in 2025. This projection reflects a strong rebound in the cruise industry post-pandemic. We are on track of growth as international cruise industry figures show that cruise tourism is resilient and rebounding faster than any forms of travel and tourism, said PSG CEO Alexander Gums. Gums added, since the pandemic, our cruise numbers have been growing annually, and this is a great rebound. It shows confidence that the cruise industry has in us as a destination. The Minister of Tourism, Grisha Haylinger Martin, echoed the sentiments and emphasized the importance of revitalizing and enhancing St. Martin's tourism offerings. She goes on to say, as a cruise destination, we need to continue to offer new services and revitalize and enhance the product on a continuous basis, she said. We are strengthening the relationship between public and private sectors to keep ahead of our competition. Looking ahead, the industry is forecasted to continue expanding, with cruise capacity expected to grow by 10% from 2024 through 2028. By 2027, the global cruise passenger volume is projected to reach nearly 40 million annually. You've got the Minister of Tourism, Grisha Haliger Martin, coming in and echoing the sentiments that, yeah, they're gonna pump more money and pump more resources into the St. Martin ports of call. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense that they're going to continuously pump money into these ports of call. And it's not just the Caribbean ports as a whole that's competing against one another, but it's also these private island destinations that the cruise companies putting money into. I just did a video on that. So, I mean, you've got these ports of call not only competing with other ports of call, but they're competing with the very essence of the cruise companies that's bringing all these passengers here. So this is no surprise. We know right now that these ports of call is positioning themselves to be the biggest and the best. They see the numbers. They see where this projection is headed. It's up, up, up. So, I mean, you're talking about 40 million people annually projected by 2027. That is massive. It says 5 cruise lines will have ships that are over 200,000 gross tons or larger by 2030. It says that the Royal Caribbean was the first cruise line to ever build a ship over 200,000 gross tons in size when Oasis of the Seas debuted in 2009. Since then, 13 years later, MSC Cruises launched MSC World Europa, which is over 200,000 gross tons in 2022. There are currently 8 ships in service over this size. These ships are Oasis of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, MSC World Europa, Icon of the Seas, and of course, the brand new Utopia of the Seas. By the time 2030 rolls around, 5 cruise lines will have ships larger than 200,000 gross tons. They are Royal Caribbean International, MSC Cruises, Disney Cruise Line, Carnival Cruise Line, and Norwegian Cruise Line. By 2028, Royal Caribbean will have a total of 10 cruise ships over 200,000 gross tons in their fleet. MSC Cruises is adding 3 more mega ships to their fleet, all sister ships to MSC World Europa. MSC World America will debut in 2025, and MSC World Asia in 2026, as well as 1 unnamed ship in 2027. They will all be around 205,000 gross tons in size. Disney Cruise Line will add 1 mega ship to their fleet when Disney Adventure debuts in 2025. Carnival Cruise Line, the first cruise line to ever have a ship over 100,000 gross tons, will add 3 mega ships starting in 2029. This new class from Carnival will be 230,000 gross tons in size, with a ship coming out every 2 years after the first in 2029. The 5th cruise line adding a mega ship by the end of the decade is Norwegian Cruise Line. NCL has 4 200,000 gross ton ships on order, and they are currently scheduled to debut in 2030, 2032, 2034, and 2036. The good thing is, I guess to some degree, is at least the cruise companies are reinvesting profits into their fleet, into their guest experience. For me, I guess one way to look at it, and the way I try to encourage myself in it, is I'd love to go on Icon of the Seas. Well, I only have 1.8 thousand subscribers, so, and then I do work a public job as well, so I don't see how it is feasible for me to take me and my family on Icon of the Seas at this point. But as they continue to add more and more sister ships, Star of the Seas, etc., Icon of the Seas should start coming down in price to some degree, unless the growth, the industry continues to grow at a pace that outperforms expectations. Then at that point, perhaps the price of Icon of the Seas and then Star of the Seas and those things will not come down. But I'm thinking that as they continue to introduce new class of ships, more competition from NCL, more competition from Carnival Cruise Line, as well as MSC Cruises and Disney jumping in on the mega cruise ships. I think at some point there's going to be so much competition. It's exciting for us as a cruise passenger as long as the price doesn't beat us up to the point of where it's just not realistic. A lot of it existing travelers, but they're really targeting new travelers, new families, new cruisers. Thank you so much again for stopping by today and checking out this video. We do appreciate your support. Make sure on your way out that you do hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and until next time, see ya.